G'day, welcome to my Oxygen Not Included playthrough as we continue along here. Now, thank you for those that commented on the previous video. Let's have a look. So someone did ask the question of do I have enough beds? And I am not sure. Who was the newest person? Newest person was Ruby. Let's check it out. You know, is there a way I can just easily click on Ruby? She's also hungry. She might not have a place to eat. So let's just grab some tofu. Let's copy a table. Yeah, cool. So Ruby's got no table. And if I currently click on a comfy bed, I can see Ruby has no bed tooth. So thank you for pointing out that Ruby is missing out. Alright, let's copy these and just extend them up a bit more. So work out where we can put her bed. Need to get that repaired as soon as possible, but we do also need to address the power. So we're extending it through the metal forge. The glass we currently have, still need another sort of, we need to double the amount of glass that we've got. And that will cause the same problems with this aquatuna. And actually, with the aquatuna turned off, I think it was pointed out too that oxygen production will stop. We do need that addressed nice and quick as well. Tons of water pouring down here. And that just must be flowing both ways. Maybe what I should do is put a copy a tile and just chuck that there. Someone else pointed out as well that probably if I've got so little dirt, which I definitely do, I should look into shifting some of my production into Bristle Blossom because I've got so much water. So, just pause for a second and have a quick read. I can survive an oxygen at temperature 5 to 30, so and in that vicinity. Needs water, I guess. So I guess what we want to do is do that and then we make that claim, or do we have to actually ask them to uproot everything? We're going to start this process on all of these guys, especially the ones that still need soil, because these are also my hydroponic squares, so they're already getting illumination. Alright, talk to me. What do I need for illumination? Is that just a light? This is something I do need to figure out, because otherwise we're going to be... let's just try and find a basic light. So a... Can I actually let me put it above that? Because I assume that there's not going to be enough room. Which now is a whole new issue for my hydroponic setup. We need to test it out somehow, so we need to get somewhere where we can get hydroponics, or I suppose I can just do it over any sort of square as long as I've got the room. So if we look at, say, this section here, we put light there and a light there. Then, actually they want copper ore, so let's get rid of the hose. Let's go find that light again. We'll copy, but we'll pivot that over to iron ore. And we'll say a light there and a light there. I realize these aren't hydroponic, but they're going to be our testing. It's probably an easier testing spot, because if this works, then what we need to do is fly it to the other side. So we'll uproot him, uproot him, uproot him. I'm sure there'll be a way that I can do this across the board, but I mean, probably I could have just done it with one of these squares to see if that was enough, but I guess I've got to test out until I actually do work out what my select Mealwood there. So when it says that they need irrigation, I assume that just means, yeah, someone's just going to deliver water to them. Now, all of this is off the back burner that we currently don't have oxygen getting produced while this thing is not on. So we do need to really consider what's our priority here. Let me just swap to have a look at the plumbing here and work this out. So currently, he pumps water to here, and then he runs water all the way along down into this section that pumps water into that and into that. But for now, he actually is still going through there, even though he doesn't have to. We can probably cut that one. But that water is quickly running out. What we could do is we could shift that to this. I think that's probably the easiest thing to do. We just drop this to here, like that. We can then just say cancel plumbing, water, deconstruct those two liquid pipes. Because then what it means is that when this guy is functioning, he's putting water in here, and that water is then going on to help. So good to see they're getting straight on this. See these wires get connected too. So those need copper. Okay, so let's just quickly go cancel those. And we will reconstruct using our iron ore. And I guess we've got to... Oh, they're going to at least figure out that this is... They can do this easier, at least. Let's have a quick look at what's going on in the plumbing here. That plumbing is coming down. This plumbing is sort of reaching its end, but that is now merrily going along. So cool, that issue is addressed. Bed issue is still ongoing though, but I think that we can probably put that on the back burner while we make sure that we've got food, we've got breathable. Yeah. Okay, cool. So those guys are growing. Let's have a quick look at plumbing. That is our actual proper plumbing fertilization system. So what we could do is we can easily just have that push straight across here. And then what we can do is we can ask for each of those to be hydroponic. Now it doesn't mean we're going to have to just uproot the things that we've built. The other problem is that it now means that we do need 3 spaces above anything in order to get them light. So now means that this part here doesn't work. we might have to do here is... So I guess we can't move that up because that printing pod, I don't think I can move. These guys here, we might just... I'd have to pull them down one, get rid of that row. It's a real shame because it's a lot of food. How are we doing in getting this thing going? I realize that this is, yeah, going to be sharing with the Glass Forge, and it's going to have that same problem, but I think the Glass Forge is just used less. Like I said, we only need 1.25. Basically just double what we've currently got, and we should be set with that. Thing is, we can't really like mess around with this for too long, because we really got to get a solid food source going. We also don't have that many bristle blossom seeds. We've only got 30, so we do need this sort of operating in some capacity for a while before this is going to be we can make it a large term thing. Let's deconstruct those 4. Copy those ones. And let's put in our blossom seeds. Well, actually, probably just do copy settings on that guy and go on. Alright, so we've got that first little bit going. So now we have to start to rethink our whole food setup and where we can put things. We could probably use some of these squares here and then just move our refrigerators elsewhere. Just got to keep remembering to every now and then just ask them to push a little bit higher up there. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Need space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not big enough to put just on that side of that thing. I'll be able to just put it here. We could also use, I was going to say we could use this for food, but very hot. Yeah, that's the last one we need to do as well, because I think that's where we wanted to cut to. Maybe one across the top, so let's copy that. I'll just ask him to do those 3 squares there. I don't know if they can work out how to do that from the top. Can you get back out of there? Good. Great. So now we can say deconstruct that and then dig out. Oh, wait for that one. Dig out all of that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. So that might actually not even yet be high enough for our statue if we're putting it there. I guess we'll find out. Okay. Plant time. Let us uproot that guy. If I just say uproot, can I then just say copy settings to all of those? No, it actually puts plants on them. So we'll say uproot, root, root, uproot, and then cancel on these ones. Did someone say that you could, what you could look to do is just rebuild, like redesign the whole thing. I think that you could, but what you would have to do in order to make that work is you would need to just draw up a diagram of basically your intentions of what you want the entire thing to look like, and almost like the way that in real life you rebuild a highway or something. You just have to continue to make adjustments on parts that you can replace, like workable changes that you can make while while sort of slowly moving things across and along. Okay, now in the name of getting more food in, I think that we can put food in this section. So what we'll do is we'll copy that and we'll just put it somewhere out of the way. There. I don't think we overly need it. We're going to finally have to say goodbye to Stinky's old bedroom statue. We will then ask to deconstruct... No, let's cancel for a second. We will deconstruct the buildings in this section and in this section and get rid of that ladder. It's a bit more plastic. We will then put a... copy that, make it igneous rock, put that there. We will then copy that. Make those accordingly. We'll copy him and out for them. Now I wonder if I had like an airflow tile or something. No, so it doesn't look like there's any sort of tiles, and so this is the mesh ones that light can't pass through them, because otherwise I could just make like a mesh thing up here and then have light travel through. Okay, so we then want to go, should be fine. I'm pretty sure that those squares already just have that pipe running through them. Great. So then it's just electricity. We have a quick look at power. See that those cables are... Do I have to use a wolframite? I feel like iron ore is something I'm actually using. Wolframite I'm not sure if I've got any use for, so let's just do that till I'm told otherwise. Copy settings. Let's get those 5 going. We will say deconstruct buildings, this whole row. It does always make me laugh when they suddenly realize that they're going to be on top of this. Now, if I deconstruct this pipe is just going to run liquid down. But I don't know how to otherwise stop that from happening. How do we pump water out of a pipe? I mean, potentially what I could do is go make a liquid bridge and put it there, and then it would mean that it's telling this that liquid needs to go out that way, as opposed to still be in here. Just curious. I imagine it's going to make the water that's currently in those pipes fall fall apart though. Let's see how that goes. Although, what's this guy doing here? Just to see where this guy ends up. He's still making liquid travel that way. I think I've possibly just got to deconstruct that one guy. Pop it on the chin that that guy's going to drop some water. Then ask him to mop up that liquid. That is just running wild. Can you get to it before it gets all the way down? Yeah, it looks like it won't keep going down. Great. Okay. Next up. The good news too is each time I pull these out... Is that sandstone? I was going to say that's dirt. No, it's not dirt. Okay. Next thing. Guys along the top here. Let's copy this. And let's... I'm not sure how well that'll work. Let's cancel those changes on those three. And let's ask them to copy that tile just one more time, there and there. And then we'll replace those after that. That's been done. That's 52 degrees right there though, so we want to copy that as well. Just block it off. Should hopefully make his room just a little bit cooler as well, because the air outside his room won't be too bad. How are we going over here? Is this yet connected? Insufficient lead. Why did I think lead was a thing I had lots of? The liquid pipe. I want it's the conductive wire. Let's gain back some of this lead as well. If we end up making those Atmo suits. Glass. Yeah, sure. So my resources of glass just dramatically went down too. What did I just use glass on? Or did I disconnect myself from my... Did I lose access to my glass? Because it's all there still. Why is that saying I can't access my glass? No oxygen? Those suits have oxygen at the moment, I guess, so I can't go outside. Pump not in gas. Empty pipe. Did I destroy a pipe somewhere? I just confused this about what direction things meant to be going. Alright, what if I ask to deconstruct that pipe right there? We make that a emergency. Why have you suddenly decided that you're heading... Like that now thinks that it's meant to be heading north, not south. Because of this, I guess. Yeah, it's a pain. So I do just want to get rid of that last bit of water in there. So what if we do another liquid bridge? No, let's just take it on the chin. Let's deconstruct that. It's easier to fix this problem, like fix the water than like the leak of water than... No, that's not... Water comes down. Pumps. It's all fine. Let's deconstruct that. Don't need it anymore. Gets to there and it just doesn't know what to do anymore. Alright, what if we tell it to... Now what do I want? Put a liquid bridge like... there. And put a 911 emergency on that. No. Alright, let's deconstruct that. Sorry, pipes, deconstruct that. All of those ones. We'll make that one a 911 because is that what's causing the issue? No. Alright, let's mop up these liquid spills. This is still flowing that way. That's fine. This just thinks it's absolutely at capacity. I mean... What if we just try going... What if we do that? And we make... I make that out of sandstone, that's fine. And then what if we... There's liquid going... Interestingly, that pipe there is causing issues. That one little piece is just going in a loop. Crazy little loop. Alright, let's deconstruct. Let's look at the plumbing. I don't know what caused this. Let's deconstruct this whole little square. And then let's just tell this plumbing to just run straight down there. And continue to mop up this liquid. Oh, that's doing my head in. I don't understand what its issue is. I mean, I know that I'm using my I'll go back to trying to force it again. So let's go plumbing. No, deconstruct that guy. 911. Let's get rid of him real quick. Plumbing, liquid bridge. (911). Let's get that built. There we go, finally. Goodness. Now that, we actually don't want happening either, so that liquid pipe there, deconstruct him. So we're sending liquid off the wrong way. Can I not see it anymore? Did they already get rid of it? Yeah, good. Still waiting for this to get back on. See, those plants are back. How are these guys going? They're starting to grow. Alright. So what we're going to need to do, basically the same thing again here. We're going to want to build a row here, And then that should allow us to have lights on the bottom of it to take care of these guys. So we're going to have to uproot all of these again. So again, I've got to be aware that this is meaning that I'm reducing the amount of food that I have available because I'm cutting out rows. If anyone watching knows how many in theory bristle blossoms I would need, I mean, I realize I can't have a full stint of them anyway because I don't have, I've run out of dirt. So we're gonna have to look at other alternatives for getting food. We do have. So any other suggestions of cheap food? We will get rid of a lot of our glum Haku. We have tons of little babies in there, so kill them all. Kill all the adults. That food is winding down. And we've got 2 smooth hatches over here too. That's okay. We know that was a thing, so imagine that we imagine if we look at our oxygen suits, we would see that there's not much in the way of anything going over that way at the moment. Because once again, we've got to just get all the oxygen back to inside our dwellings. Another smooth hatchling there. Well, what would... No, we won't worry about it yet. I was going to say, while we're doing this, we could... Actually, no, all I need to do is make these guys level here, I think. That gives them the extra 1 space that they need. Doesn't mean that there's 4 above them, but... I'm sure I can use it for anything else anyway. Just means that this floor's flat. Okay, so then we can say deconstruct buildings 1, 2, 3. I cut a few things off my list there. Add glass and steel. Now again, we've got this pipe full of water, but I feel like the lesson I've just learned is let's not tempt fate, and we will just replace them. Nope, not what we wanted to do. We wanted to click on that light switch. Close though. Okay, so being so high, I'm gonna hit a nice range. We go 1 there. Are you hitting that? Yep, so I think that should cover them all. We then want some wire. Combat, that's fine. Oh, I could use steel to do the wires too. A real waste of steel. Hopefully we're winning against the Paku. Got a young one. Okay. So what we will do, we will copy, yeah, the sandstone one. Run them across there. It will then do that connection. And then we'll say deconstruct all of that water. And I know what's coming, but it's the preferential option here. And the painful thing is that if it was just one square wasn't here, that would all just run into this, and that would be problem solved. So let's get that clean. Got it all the way over there, this section, all of that. As long as there's not too much water that they actually can't even clean it up, we're right. Okay, so then we say... Hopefully I've actually even got enough to cover this many. We do. That guy there's not happy with his illumination, so... Oh yeah, we can see there that he's out of shot. Now I think we actually do need 3 lights in here because otherwise won't get hit. Let's not waste fertile space here, so we will build those 2 there, and then we'll take the airflow tile and we'll build it there, so that those guys can, the air can just sort of flow into that and work itself around this section. Actually, let's put an airflow tile there too. Plumbing, just make those 2 as well. And we just need to put a light there. The wiring for that light there. Just double check to make sure this is still pushing it the right way. It's really hard to tell if there's liquid moving into this section or what. Copy the settings of that guy, get those 2 in there. In fact, I can see now that potentially I've got all of this room here that I could put some of this in, but I realize it's very hot, and these Wheezeworts are doing all they can to keep that going. Alright. So we are definitely... Oh, that's a really weird shape that's searched into. Do you have any explanation for that? Oh, maybe they've just been emptying a whole bunch of bottles in there, I guess. That's where it's coming through. I can see Paku fillets becoming a large part of our available diet at the moment. Luckily, we've still got a few more guys to off. Alright, any other suggestions on ways that I have resources available for food? I'd love to hear it. Hopefully Bristle Blossom does start to come in nice and quick, and they'll just be welcoming a different flavour than having eaten mealwood for the last 1.5 years. But we'll call it there. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later.